What's up, fam? It's your boy Tony. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back with a video, not inside the van, in an actual place for once. But today I want to talk about a gun I just purchased here recently. I've been meaning to do this video actually for a couple months now, because I think I purchased it back in November, early November, maybe in October. It is the Smith Wesson M&P 2.0 metal comp. Let me start off by telling you this. I started off ex-military, right? And of course, the guns we shot, the only handgun we shot was a Beretta, which I hated, that double action, single action. So for a minute, I didn't get into guns. I think finally, when I was probably year 10 in the military, I purchased my first gun. And that was this baby right here. I still have it. It was an M&P 40 by Smith Wesson. So let me show you this real quick. Empty, clear. All right, so you can see it. So I started off, I didn't want a Glock. I know everybody talked about Glocks at the time. When I purchased this, I think the best alternative to Glock was M&P at the time. I ended up getting the M&P 40. I liked it for two reasons. One, it was hybrid. So if you change out the barrel on this to a 9mm barrel, magazine's still the same. You can run 9mm through it. But I wanted the 40 because I wanted almost the same stopping power as a 45, but with the speed of a 9mm. It was just that perfect in between. So that's what I went with. This was literally my home defense gun that stayed on the shelf. I did not carry this or take it anywhere. I did not try to conceal carry this gun. I will do a review on this in the future. So after purchasing the gun, my next gun was my M&P Shield. This is when I started going concealed carry. This was my pride and joy. As you can see, I still have it, still love it. It is an amazing gun. It shoots great. And if y'all want a review on that, I can do that as well. After that though, I kind of swayed away from M&P. It's just, if you look at the style of it, like the grip texture and all that, for the time it was great, but nowadays it's crap. So eventually Smith & Wesson finally came out with their 2.0 models with the different grips, and especially the metal models. And they were I was kind of feeling them, but I didn't get around to them. There was so many other guns out at the time. But then Smith & Wesson released their M&P 2.0 carry comp. And that's what I was looking for, was that. I wasn't even thinking about the metal one at the time. I heard the grip texture was better. Everything looked nice on it. The slide looked great. It was compensated. It didn't look too big. It was the same length as my M&P 40. And then now I started carrying, of course, bigger guns, so I was used to the bigger size, so that wasn't an issue. So I stepped into a local store, was looking to buy, I stepped into my local store looking for an echelon comp, and they didn't have one. And so I was just looking around, and I seen the M&P comp. I was like, all right, bet, let me go ahead and get that. He was like, I might have something better in the back. So he went in the back, and he pulled out the M&P metal, which I currently have here. And as soon as I felt the metal, as soon as I looked at the metal, I was like, I have to have it. This gun right here is a great gun. I love everything about it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it shoots. It is just a great gun. So real quick, I'm not gonna go over the specs and everything. I'll leave them. Mine's is a little upgraded, as you can tell. It's not normally like this. It has a lot of extra features on that. I will go over that in a second, but let me go over the gun itself to start off with. The gun is slightly longer than a Glock 19. This is my Zev OZ9 Hyper Comp. This is in a Glock 19, well, a Glock 19X or Glock 45. As you can see, it's slightly longer, so it doesn't reach the Glock 17 length. So it does come with 17 round magazines, metal mags, just so you know. So the capacity is up there. It has a Picatinny rail on it. Front sight is a tritium front sight. Rear sights are blacked out. The grip, especially the front part, is really aggressive. It does have back straps that you can replace. It has 3 of them that come with it. The grip texture on it is not as grippy as the front, which is weird to me. You figure it'd be the same, but it's not. It's slightly less. I would put it more on par Hellcat. I would say my Hellcat Pro, the rear texture on it. Now the metal, but the grip on it feels amazing. I don't have to break my grip in order to release the magazine, which is great. So and I believe I think I have the largest grip on here, honestly. The fit and finish on the gun for an assembly line gun, this isn't done by a gunsmith, but like you don't hear it, right? You don't hear it. It's barely any movement. The barrel lockup, amazing on it as well. As far as the compensation goes itself, it's not a large comp, right? It's not large at all. But the rifling ends before it hits the comp. I guess the question is this really a comp or is this a port job? I would say it's a port job. It's used to help compensate, but it's actually ported instead of compensated. As you can see, you have your slide cuts, window cuts on there. The slide itself is aggressive. If you look at it, some people have complained that theirs is actually sharp. Mine isn't sharp, but you can ratchet this slide however you want, press checks, all that. The trigger that comes with it, of course I replaced mine. It actually is pretty good. I would put it on par with maybe the Echelon's trigger. Better than a stock Glock, as good as the Echelon, but of course not as good as the upgraded ones, not as good as a Canic. Out the box. Cut to a video so you can see how I shot at the range. You can let me know if you think it shoots flat or not. I will say there's not really a lot of recoil with this gun at all. I loved how it shoots, but I'll let you see for yourself. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hope you like the range footage. Let me know in the comments, like I said before, what you think about it, how it's shot. Did you think it was flat enough? Of course, a lot of people are going to complain and say, oh, it's 9mm, it doesn't need to be ported, it doesn't need to be compensated. I see that online all the time. You do what you want. If you want that little bit of compensation to help you get your follow-up shots back on target quicker, then by all means do it. Don't listen to these haters. They just want to hate for no reason. All right, what I've personally added to the gun, so you can know. So I went with the HoloSun SCS for the Smith Wesson M&P because it comes with its own optics plates, but they cause everything to sit higher and there's no way you can co-witness. I love to be able to co-witness. You never know when your optic's gonna die on you, so having that ability to co-witness is very important to me. I don't want to lose out on that ability to effectively engage my target, and optics can die at any moment, either functionality wise or the battery itself. So, and you can buy brand new batteries and they might not be brand new, so they could die on you faster than the old ones. You don't know. So I don't want to take that chance. Now the SCS does have solar power. It is solar powered. So when you're in the sunlight, you have nothing to worry about at all. It is a green dot. This is my second green dot that I've ever owned, and I think I prefer the green over the red. I was always concerned about green dots being outdoors, you know, with a lot of greenery. Can you actually see the target? I haven't run into an issue yet, so that myth that I had within myself is gone. So the slide release, I went with the black steel thumb rest. So you have a little gas pedal thumb rest. It is foldable. I will say it is a pain in the ass for holsters. Even though it doesn't stick out a lot, it sticks out enough for those holsters. So what you'll have to do is get a heat gun, and hopefully it'll be fitted to it. But as soon as you put it in the holster, it does fold down. So that does help out, but you do run into the issue of some holsters not working. Then from there, I went with the Streamlight TLR7 HLX. As you can see, the TLR7 HLX almost fits flush. The regular version was short. I didn't want it to be short. I either want mine to be fitted flush or slightly longer. I did go with a Floyd Customs Magwell. It is slightly tactical, as you can see. So if you need to grip and rip, you can. The stock M&P base plates do not work with the Floyd Customs Magwell, so you have to replace those. So I have replaced all of them. So I have the regular extension. I think this might be a +1, and that fits almost flush, as you can see. I actually went with, so I have the Tyrant CNC base plates. I bought these for my M&P 40, and end up utilizing those with the Floyd Customs Magwell, because the Springer Precision ones that I bought that was supposed to go with this gun to have the blue base plate to go with the blue trigger don't fit with the Floyd Custom Magwell. So I found that out, I want to say the hard way, but it ended up working out perfectly. I just ended up putting these on the base plates for my M&P 40, and so I use them for that. And then the gray actually kind of almost matches the slide itself, and then plus the cuts on it match the M&P perfectly. So I just run these instead on the gun. As you can see, it works out good for me. I don't have any issues with it. So the last thing is the trigger itself. I was debating between the Overwatch Precision, because I like the way it looked. Apex, I know it's a great trigger, I just didn't like the look of it. But ultimately I went with the Apex flat trigger. So this is the trigger itself. If you can see it, that's your take up, that's your break, that's your reset. It already reset. See, quick reset. It's actually an amazing trigger. I love it. I did keep some of the stock parts. So I changed out the sear. I changed out the sear spring. I kept the safety spring, changed out the trigger reset spring. It's supposed to give me a 3.5 pound trigger pull. I'm gonna go ahead and test that for y'all real quick. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do the pull test song. I don't feel like it. Pulled out my trusty wheeler. So 3.84 for the first one. Hopefully you can see that. You can see that. 4.1. All right, 3.10. 3.9. So we're gonna say it's about a 3.8 trigger pull. So it's actually a great trigger pull to me. I have no complaints at all. The gun works, gun fires. I didn't have any misfires. I didn't have any, if I can remember correctly, because it's been a couple months since I shot it. 500 rounds down. I don't recall having any malfunctions at all with the gun. And at the time I shot it, no lube, no nothing, just straight out the box. That's how I shot it. For those of you who are wondering, the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 metal comp is an amazing gun. If you can afford it, go get it. There are other guns that will do the function that you need to do at a cheaper price, so I'm not telling you that it's a must-have, but for those of you who want something a little different, something a little more aggressive, something with a little bit more feel to it, Smith & Wesson did an amazing job. I can recommend it. Hope you liked it. Catch y'all later with the next video. Peace. Oh shit, it's been a while. I done forgot how to end my videos. Alright fam, appreciate yourself, appreciate those you love, appreciate those that love you, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.